Okay, so welcome back to the physically based modeling course. Yeah, this is for the 12th week. Yeah, at this course, we will talk and learn about the Unity user interface. Yeah, this is not about the Unity editor user interface itself. Yeah, but rather we will try to create a user interface for our game in Unity. Yeah, so if you have not familiarized yourself with the Unity user interface, please go back to the 8th week. Yeah, for the introduction to Unity. You will familiarize yourself with the Unity user interface. Yeah. Uh, for now, we will create our own user interface for our game. Okay, so the topics for this course, I will introduce you first to the Unity user interface system. Yeah, we will talk about how the Unity user interface works and the basics behind the Unity UI. And then we will talk about the visual components, and then we will end with the interactive components as well. Okay, so the user interface in Unity, uh, you must be happy by now that you can create the user interface in Unity very easily. Yeah, so you can create like in Visual C Sharp. So you can drag and drop any elements, and then you can rearrange your elements, and you will see immediately your result in the Unity editor. Yeah, in the past, in the Unity 4, the UI was made entirely in scripts. So as you can see here, we must use the void on GUI instead, and then we must create the components. Yeah, the skin, we create the rectangle for our button, and so on. Yeah. So for now, we don't use this method anymore. Yeah, although this mode is still available. Usually, we call it immediate mode GUI or IM GUI. Yeah, but mainly this is for internal users only, not for the user interface that will be shown for our players. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that being said, then we will see about the Unity UI main components. Yeah, in Unity 4.6 and higher. The first one we have a canvas here. So a canvas is actually a game object with the highest hierarchy among the Unity UI elements. Yeah, this is where we will draw our UI in our game. Yeah, so you can imagine this canvas as a drawing playground for our user interface. Yeah, the canvas will be added automatically when you add a new UI component, provided if there is not any canvas on the scene. Yeah, and one scene may have multiple canvases as well. Yeah, but for now we will stick to one canvas per scene. And then the second component is the event system. Yeah, this handles the input events, and it is required for the UI. So please don't delete this event system. Yeah, if you happen to delete your event system by accident, you can undo it, or if you can't, then please add event system. Yeah, and keep in mind then that one scene may only have one event system. This is the very same as the canvas. If you don't have any event system in your scene, then it will be added automatically when you add a new user interface component. Yeah, and then let's talk about the canvas scaler. This is a component within a canvas. Yeah, it is used to determine how our canvas will scale regarding to the resolution of the user's monitor. Yeah, because uh, we must take into account that especially when we create a game for PC, yeah, the user PCs, the user monitor have different resolution. So we must think about how we create or put the layout for our user interface that we can cater as many resolutions as possible. So the important property here is the UI scale mode. Yeah, we will delve into this later. I will explain it first to you. So the UI scale mode has three modes here. Yeah, the first one is the constant pixel size. That means the positions and the sizes of the UI elements are specified in pixels. Yeah, here Unity will assume that one unit is 100 pixels. Yeah, although we can specify this ourselves. The second one, which we usually want, is the mode scale with screen size. This means that the positions and sizes of the user interface elements are relative to a screen resolution. Yeah? We must specify one screen resolution that we will use as the base to design our user interface. Yeah. And then if the screen resolution, the user resolution is different than our reference, the Unity will automatically resize and reposition our elements accordingly. Yeah, if the resolution is smaller, then our canvas will automatically readjust the size and position. The third mode is constant physical size. Yeah, this means that the positions and size of the user interface elements are specified in physical units. For example, like in millimeters, points, inches, and so on. Yeah, this requires the DPI setting. For now, please keep in mind, yeah, please remember that we will use the scale with screen size. I will show you an example to how to set the UI scale mode. Yeah, here I have already opened a blank scene. Yeah, this is a new scene. Then let me add a canvas. Yeah, you can just right click and then select the UI and select canvas. Okay, as you can see here, when I add my canvas, Unity will also add the event system automatically. Yeah, please don't touch this object. Yeah, just leave it as it is. We only concerned about our canvas here. If you take a look at the inspector window, yeah, here I have the canvas scaler component, and by default, the Unity will set the UI scale mode to constant pixel size. Yeah, so you must keep this in mind. Uh, Usually, we will want to change this into scale with screen size, so we can cater as many resolutions as possible. Yeah. So with that being said, I will change. Yeah, I will select the scale with screen size, and then I must specify my reference resolution. Yeah, here you can read at the tooltip. Yeah, I will zoom it for you. Oops, sorry. Let's see. Okay, never mind then. Or maybe I can just use this lens. Oh, okay, yeah, it's black, so never mind. Yeah. Okay, let's see. If you take a look at the tooltip here, yeah, it says that the resolution of the UI layout is designed for. If the screen resolution is larger, then the UI will be scaled up, and if it's smaller, then the UI will be scaled down. Yeah. So here, we must specify our reference resolution first. Usually, I will take any resolutions that is 16 by 9 ratio. Yeah, because that is the most common screen ratio for now. You can also pick any reference resolution as you wish. Yeah, you can specify like 1366 by 768. Yeah, but here I will use a reference resolution. Yeah, it happens to be the resolution of my laptop as well. Yeah, I have the resolution of 1600 by 900. Yeah, this is 16 by 9 also in ratio. For other settings, you can leave it as it is. Yeah, and then for the game window, yeah, you will see aside the display one, this is the resolution for testing. Yeah. So for now, my setting is free aspect. Usually, I don't use free aspect, but I will choose any screen resolution ratio here. So, for example, because my laptop uses 16 by 9, yeah, my resolution is 1600 by 900, and so then I will usually choose this ratio to be 16 by 9. Yeah, if you see, then we will have a black border in the left and right hand side. This is normal, yeah, but when we run our game later on, yeah, after we have built our game and we run our game, then this black border will be no more, yeah, as long as the resolution for the user is also 16 by 9. Yeah, and then as you can see here, uh, my canvas is actually very big. Yeah, I will just double click into my canvas. Oh wait, sorry. Yeah, and then let's say that I have a simple sphere here. Yeah, as you can see, the canvas is very big relative to our scene. Yeah, and this is normal. This is by design, so don't be surprised. Yeah, you can simply just double click your canvas to be able to see your canvas uh, clearly. Yeah, and then when we work with the UI for our game, usually you will want to activate the 2D mode. Yeah, because as you can imagine, the user interface for in any games is usually in 2D. Yeah, so to make our life easier, then just activate 2D mode here, and then uh, we will see our canvas in 2D view. Yeah, the navigation for 2D view is still the same. Yeah, but we can no longer rotate our view because we don't have the Z axis here. Yeah, so we can only pan our scene view here. Yeah, and then the canvas is specified by this white rectangle. Okay, so please remember when you create a user interface, yeah, when you add your canvas, please set the UI scale mode to scale with screen size for now. Yeah, unless if later you design a game or a multimedia application that the device has a constant size, yeah, known screen size, then you can use the constant pixel size or even constant physical size. Yeah, but for PC games, yeah, we will stick with scale with screen size. Okay, then another concept we will need to understand is the concept of anchors. Yeah, anchors is used to specify the positions and size of any user interface elements relative to their parent. Yeah, so for example, like canvas or text and so on. If the parent's position and or the size change, then there's position and the size of user interface elements will be automatically adjusted as well. Yeah, anchors is represented with four white triangles like this. Yes. So for example, let me add a random UI element. Let's say image here. Yeah, and then as you can see here, Let me change the color first, because the anchor is actually in white. Yeah, you can see here we have 4 white little triangles. Yeah, these are the anchors. Okay, uh, so this is an illustration of what anchors are used. Yeah, for the left image, yeah, we will specify the 4 points of our rectangle. Yeah, our pattern here, uh, to be relative to the anchor. Yeah, as you can see here, the lines. Then if the canvas changes, then Unity will automatically recalculate the position of this button. Yeah, this is a normal setting. The anchor is at the center of the parent. Yeah, so we will have this result. But if we choose to move this anchor to the lower corner, lower right corner, yeah, then this will happen instead. Yeah, let me illustrate that for you. So I have this image. Yeah, I will change the size first. Yeah, and then let's see if the canvas changes. Yeah, so this is the result. If my canvas changes in size, yeah, this changes in a horizontally. Yeah, and you can see that I have a preview text here. Yeah, so this is only a preview. Yeah, actually we cannot change the size of our canvas. Yeah, as long as this is a default canvas, then our canvas will automatically fill in the screen. Okay, so this is when the image is anchored at the center. Yeah. However, when I change this anchor, oops, sorry. When I change the anchor, oh, yeah. If you want to change the anchor, then you must work at the pivot. Yeah, let me move it here. Here, yeah. As you can see, also the anchor can be split. Yeah, we will talk about the effect of splitting anchor later. Okay, so I have my anchor now set to the lower right corner. Yeah, let's see the effect now. Yeah, as you can see, it behaves differently now. Yeah, the my image is now moved towards the right hand side of the canvas. Yeah, another example, if I change it my canvas vertically in size, yeah, you can see my image is also docked to the lower side of the canvas. Yeah, so this is how we create what we call a responsive user interface. Yeah, a user interface that can automatically readjust itself according to the user screen. Okay, so as I said earlier, anchor can also be split. Yeah, if it is split, then it also readjust the size of the user interface element, as you can see here. Yeah, let's try. Yeah, if we split it something like this, yeah, I have the left anchor set to the 25%, and then the right side also 25%. Let's see if my canvas is shrinked. Yeah, if my canvas shrinks, then my image will also shrink. Yeah, as you can see here. If my canvas expands, then my image will also expand. Yeah, so that's the use of canvas. Yeah, maybe for now it is a new concept for you. Yeah. Please familiarize yourself with the canvas. Yeah. Don't just leave it at the center. Yeah. Yeah. In most cases, maybe it is enough to leave the anchor to at the default position that is at the center. Yeah. But at another times you may need to readjust your anchor as well. Okay, that's about the anchor. We have some preset here. Yeah, commonly used anchors can be selected in the anchor logo on the rect transform component. It's here. Yeah, so as you may have noticed, for user interface, we don't have the transform component yet, but instead we have a rect transform component. So anchor presets can be selected here. Yeah, so for example, if you want to move your anchor to the lower right corner, yeah, instead of doing what I just did, yeah, I accidentally moved my image, yeah, instead of my anchor, and then I must split my anchor like this to be able to move it to the lower right corner. Yeah, so instead of uh, doing all this hassle, yeah, you can just select here, yeah, click here, and then select the right bottom, yeah, and your anchor will be automatically moved over there. Yeah, also if you need to, yeah, you can also set position here, yeah, by holding down Alt. Yeah, and then if I click over here, for example, it will also move to the desired position. Yeah, so this is the presets. Yeah, you may want to use this for your convenience. Okay, I will reset my image. Yeah, the anchor. I will reset it to the center and center middle. Yeah, the default value. And then the second concept we need to understand is the pivot. Yeah, this is the reference point for all transformations. Yeah, the position and then the rotating and scaling. Yeah, it is usually specified in a normalized coordinate. So 0, 0 is on the lower left corner and 1, 1 is on the upper right corner. Okay, so what is the difference of being pivot, yeah, left in the default position? That is the center here. Yeah, it is more prominent, yeah, if we look at the rotation. Yeah, so if I rotate this image, yeah, in oh yeah, by the way, we use the rect transform, yeah, rect tool here. Yeah, finally we use rect tool. Yeah, um, at the previous weeks, I told you not to use the rect tool, yeah, to manipulate the game objects. Yeah, but now for user interface, you usually want to work with rect tool instead. Yeah. So in rect tool mode, to rotate, I can just move my mouse over here. Yeah, and as you can see, I have a new icon, yeah, in the mouse pointer, yeah, the rotation icon. So that means I can rotate my image here. Yeah, and as you can see, my image rotates around the pivot that is in the center. Yeah. However, if I move my pivot to somewhere, for example here, then the rotation will change according to this pivot. Yeah, let's see the difference. Yeah, now as you can see, my image rotates in the specified pivot. Yeah, so that is the usage of a pivot. I will reset my rotation first, and then I will also reset my pivot to the center. Yeah, usually you can just leave it at the center for your pivot. Or if you don't want to change your pivot at all, then you can toggle this tool handle position. Yeah, just toggle it to the center. Yeah, as you can see here, in pivot mode, the pivot is represented with a blue ring. Yeah, but if I change to center, then my blue ring is actually uh, almost invisible. Yeah, the opacity is cranked up. Yeah, by using center, then you don't need to worry about accidentally move the pivot of your user interface elements. Yeah, so usually you will want to use the center and either global or local. Yeah. Okay, so anchor and pivot modifications we have already tried. So we will move on to the next topic. Yeah, that is the UI elements. These are the user interface elements per Unity 5.3. Yeah, we are using Unity 2019 here. So some elements may have newer versions. Yeah, but we will learn about this version first. Yeah, then if you want, you can learn yourself about the newer versions. Yeah, so for visual elements, we have text. In Visual C Sharp, you know it as a label. And then we have an image. Yeah, I have already presented to you how to create an image, user interface image. Yeah, we will talk about image in more depth later. And then we have a raw image, and we have also a mask. For the interactive elements, we have quite a lot here. Yeah, we have a button, we have a toggle. Toggle is actually checkbox in C Sharp, Visual C Sharp. Yeah, and then for the toggle group, it is used to group a toggle to behave like radio buttons. We have also slider, scroll bar, drop down, or in Visual C Sharp, you know it as combo box, input field, or text box, and scroll view. Yeah, for the PBM purposes, we will only learn about the bolded elements here. Yeah, so for visual elements, I will only talk about text and image. And for interactive elements, I will only talk about button and slider. Yeah, those are more than enough for you to create your game. Yeah, if you are really interested to learn about all of these elements, you can talk to me. Yeah, just let me know in the comments below. Then I will also attach a PowerPoint slideshow. Yeah, about user interface elements that explains almost all of these. Yeah, except I think for mask and scroll bar. Yeah, it is from another course that I have also taught that in multimedia. But for now, I think you will suffice just by using text, image, button, and slider. Yeah. However, if you want to learn more, then just let me know. Yeah, either in the comments or in the Google Classroom. Then I will be happy to attach the PowerPoint for you. Okay, so that's all about the introduction to user interface elements. Yeah, for the next part, we will talk about the visual element here, text and image. Yeah, we will talk about visual components in the next video. So please take a look at the next video as well. Okay.